Hello. So today I want to tell you about the game Wrestling Cubes from publisher Binary Cocoa. And I had reviewed a couple of their games and really liked them. So they sent me some more and they make some fantastic abstract games. And I love that most of their games include a neoprene mat that fits in the box. I love a game mat, but if it doesn't fit in the box, I don't want to store it. So I really appreciate that theirs fit in the box. So Wrestling Cubes is a head-to-head two-player game set up like this. So you have the white boxes that you are moving around, and each of your pieces has three triangles in it, and they come off of here. So to get them off, you can lift them off, or you can see there's a little divot. So when it is set down on the board, you can just push down into that divot, and then the triangle will come up pretty easily, because as you lose triangles on here, your piece will lose power, but the piece will stay on the board and can still help you. So the way that this game works is the last person to make a move in this game is the winner. So if your opponent can no longer make a move, even if they have more triangles left than you win. So this is very tactical and abstract, how you have to think about it and how you're moving. So the game is set up this way, and the triangles are all pointed in certain directions. And the directions that a triangle points on your cube are the directions it can move. It can move as many spaces as you want, but it cannot move through another piece, and it cannot jump over other pieces. And when two pieces touch, they lose a triangle in the spot that they touch. So you want to be careful. So for example, maybe I'm going to move, if I moved over here like this and ended my turn, then this triangle has an arrow pointing down up top, and they could come here and I would lose this triangle. So that now means I can only move in those directions. But now I can move this way and I would take one of their triangles. So then their movement is reduced going forward. So you're going to be doing things like that, which is going to be reducing movement. And see how, like, you could think I'm painted into a corner, they have no moves. Pieces can push. So because they have an arrow pointing this way, as long as you have more arrows pointing against the push, you can push. So if we have two arrows here pointed down and only one pointed up, we can now push pieces, and they've now freed some things up for themselves. They've also opened up some things for me. So maybe I want to move here and take a triangle from them. So you're going back and forth and you're doing this. And when pieces are empty, again, they can still be pushed. And if my pieces collide with my opponent's an empty one, if this were empty and it collides with an opponent's, or an opponent's empty piece collides with mine, I still lose a triangle on that side. So even though pieces are empty, they stay on the board. They never leave the board. And then there are three corner pieces that are different colors. And if you can get your piece to an opponent's corner spot, you get to rotate your piece 180 degrees so you can start heading the other direction. So there is a lot of thinking going on in this game, but really it's attack your opponent. The more you can attack them, the fewer movements they have available, and the more movements you will have available to you. And you want to just get them to a point where they can't move. Because like I said, once you lose all your triangles, that piece can be pushed around the board, but it cannot move independently. So the more triangles I take from my opponent, the more I have limited what they can do. And that piece can only move with something else. And I can only push when the number of triangles pointing in the direction of the push is greater than the number of triangles pointing against it. So if this were not here, for example, let's say it was over here, this is a 1-to-1. It's the same. So these two pieces cannot push each other because this triangle points up and this triangle points down. Same thing right here. This triangle points left and this triangle points right. So you have to get creative in how you're trying to combo your pieces together that still have triangles pointing in the right direction. It's super fun. I really, really enjoy it. Excellent two-player game. And I love that the pieces don't leave the board. So instead of being like, oh, I have the most pieces left, or I have the most triangles left, it's no, I'm the last person who can make a move and you can't, so I win. So that is Wrestling Cubes from Binary Cocoa. What are some of your favorite abstract two-player games? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.